Hey guys, today I want to showcase my version of the explody totem build you've been seeing around. It's a build that we throw traps and it summons totems that then explode. That's how we do our damage, so it's kind of weird. But before I walk you through the mechanics, I'll just do a map showcase and let's get that started. Do a Phoenix just to give kind of a baseline of what the damage looks like. This version on Inquisitor, I think is less tanky than the Chieftain version that I've seen, but I think it has more clear. So for softcore, I think it could be a good variant if you want to clear a lot. Alright, so as you can see, it's a one button-ish. I mean, I'm using Divine Blessing, all kinds of things, but really it's just one skills, which is throwing traps that summon the totem. And then explode, and then we have a lot of boom boom to spread it out, because the default skill doesn't have huge AoE, so I think that's why it's really important to invest in clear for it to feel good, otherwise it won't feel good. Let's finish this map. Oh. Okay, that's it. So the damage is really good. I still have big plans for this build to scale it even bigger, but I'll just show you where it's at right now. So this build, it's all based on one Crucible mod you get on weapons. It's your totem explodes on dead, dealing 300% of their life as fizz damage. So basically, when our totem expired, we have two of them, so it's 600% of their base life as base fizz damage for the explosion. And then we scale that through using traps to get a lot of that to proc really, really fast. And then on the other end, we scale that using fizz as extra on chaos and cold and the other elements. So in this case, we're using Dialis. I think it's one of the best, at least if you care about the clear. I mean, if you want to be more tanky, you can get the Skin of the Lord. Probably is a good choice too. But I don't have Empower yet. Empower is probably gonna double the damage of this build. But the goal is to put Empower in there. Right now, all I have is Devouring Totem linked to multiple totem, and then a whole bunch of trap stuff. So trap support, cluster traps, charge traps, and multiple traps. And the reason we're doing that is because there's nothing else we can link to it. The explosion doesn't scale like a spell or an attack, and it's not even considered a skill. So none of the support will affect it whatsoever. So if you're doing chaos, void manipulation is not going to do, it's not going to change anything, right? So then we're using traps so that we can multiply the number of totems, and so each of those traps, because of multiple totems, will summon 2 totems. And because I've lined up my limit of totems to be 2, they'll just destroy the 2 each time. And that you can do using Runebinder. This reduces your max number of totems by 1. And because we're using multiple totem, that brought it up +2. So we were at 3 max, -1, we're back to 2. And so this makes it that because it summons 2, it just always overwrites it. Yeah, so I think that's it for the core setup. The weapons we've chose obliteration, because of the gain 40% fizz as extra chaos synergized with it, and then the explody synergized with it. We're not occultists, so we don't get the curse explosions. So we have to get it somewhere. So we're using two of those weapons with the mod. And then because we're Inquisitor, we have to go crit. We have to go elemental. So we're using Grim Sorrow to convert all the base fizz to cold, and then we're using this helmet to do brittle. So 49% chance to inflict brittle. So the explosions they do big amount of cold with hatred, and the other skillings that we have with increased total life, for instance. And that will put in a brittle, which will give us the base crit that we need. Because the explosion has a 0 base crit. It's not like a spell or an attack. It starts with 0, so we have it through that and Assassin's Mark for a single target. And so from there on, then we can scale crit to multiply our damage. On the tree, we try to take generic increased damage. We take the increased totem life. Then we take generic increased elemental damage. But you see, I'm not taking this one because since it's not a spell, it won't apply. So it has to be generic. These AoE, I was taking them, but now I'm using a cluster with magnifier and fastbar to get even more AoE. And yeah, so that's kind of the way you have to scale it. So no attack mods, no spell mods. And then using these boots to get more of the life. Yeah. So right now, without Empowered, the totem has a base life of, I think, last I checked was 8,000, 9,000, 9,000, I think. Around 9,000. And so each time, so it's 600% of that for the explosion. So it's pretty huge. And so each time we do it, we get a big boom.